got on scene and we noticed that there were 3 or 4 vehicles involved spread out all over the intersection. After we've gone over the scene and noticed how many people we had and if our unit was enough, we get the backboard equipment, the C-spine equipment, and make sure that each patient has C-spine by him. So I'm basically spreading equipment out to make sure that both of us have the equipment we need to extricate these victims. On an auto accident, there are severe forces that can be put upon the body, especially when in this situation you have significant damage to vehicles and a high-speed collision. These forces can cause damage to the spinal column and the spinal cord itself, which can end up in paralysis. So we treat anyone that has suffered significant mechanisms like this. We immobilize them as if they had an injury to protect their spinal cord and their spinal column so they do not end up paralyzed. She's got crepitus right lower. Crepitus is the sound of or the feel of bone ends rubbing together, which is indicative of a fracture. She could have lung damage or a pneumothorax, so I wanted to assess her lung sound to make sure she was moving air. I'm also thinking that because they've suffered significant mechanism and could have suffered internal injuries, they can be bleeding inside. And so that's standard practice for us to start at a large bore IV on patients that have suffered significant trauma. We have a second one in there, okay? When we arrive at the emergency room, my job is no longer to provide patient care, but to provide an accurate report of what I found on the patient and what I found mechanism-wise, so the trauma surgeon has a good idea of the possible internal injuries as well as the obvious injuries on the patient. So I'm thinking right now as I'm coming in there what I want to say. I'm going over in my head the mechanism I saw and the findings on the pictures that I have. Restrained driver of an auto that was involved in a multiple auto collision at high speed. She had moderate to major rear end damage and right side damage.
I like helping people who are in need in general, and they really need me when they're in a crisis situation. And they think that their life is going to end. And so I come in and I give them the chance to turn it around. And most of the time that happens. We turn it around for them. And that's a big wow.
Next week on Paramedics 1097.
Fell and you couldn't get up. Classic story, isn't it? I'm dead, I guess.
No, you're not dead.
Morning.
Bye.
You see Daddy in the morning. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, you're gonna tear him apart if you do this.
Hey, get out of here now. Ooh, baby. Hey, look who it is. It's Dr. Feelgood. Well, feel this.
All right.
Well, just about a year ago, set out on the road, seeking my fame and fortune, looking for a pot of gold. Things got bad and things got worse. I guess you know the tune. Oh Lord, stuck in low diving.
I know that song. Stuck in low dive.